Hello, hello.
Hey Mike, how you doing?
Okay, let me see if we got. This is my new laptop. This is actually the laptop you see around everywhere. Um,
Okay,
we were on my desktop last night, but let me
okay.
check
I
this
have
audio.
everything set the same way I did last night, so
It should be
I
fine.
assume it's gonna sound about identical. I was pretty happy with the sound myself. I mean, you know when you said that earlier, I went back and listened, and I mean,
Oh, you sound good. You're on
yeah,
a
and
computer
then
with a headset?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
It just makes such a huge difference. It's actually it's not like a big time streaming setup, but what the headset is a it's a customer service one, pretty high end one that like phone centers use and whatnot. We
Mm-hmm.
had them in our office and um downsized so many things that there were a couple of these damn things laying around, and so I use them for my meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
So as long as I know I got sound and whatnot, I'm
Yeah, you
gonna
sound good. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna step away for just a second and
Okay.
get something to drink and get get the rest of the way set up so I'm ready when they go.
Sure. Yeah, the
Hey, and
Wolford's just hitting balls.
yeah, perfect. And I'm gonna come right back on in just a second, but I want to ask you something. I have a mute feature on this, and when I hit it, it beeps on my end. But did you hear a beep at all?
No.
Perfect. Then okay, then it just cuts me right out. Okay, that's what I needed to know. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I remember what you said to me the other night. I was like,
Now,
nah, I don't care. I'll let the
y-
cats run around, the
oh, I
dog
know.
bark. I
The,
don't care.
the thing, you sit there
I
and you
get
watch
it.
it,
I,
and
I
it's like
understand.
watching somebody in the store on their damn phone. When they're arguing with somebody, and you want to hear the other end of it. But I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, bud? Oh, you got a dog? Yeah, I got Hennessy and Tyler's Tire. Yeah. And Shane Wolford. Steve Bowers was going to do that one. He did a good job last night. Yeah, that's about dead heat. Okay, what do you think? Like half hour? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, bye. Yeah, Bunker, what's up, man?
Hey, Mike.
Hold on. I'm there. Pat Calvaresi's there. Yeah. Mike C streamed him yesterday. No. I would try to get 7. Bobby Pickett. Fire gave him 5 and got to the hill. I mean, need to tell him to not do that shit. But I can't. I know, he's nuts. For real? Oh. Oh, okay, that's good.
I did it for a while, hoping that just to try to show you practicing on the diamond. About behind the 8 ball. I played, started out, and as soon as the string goes, man, I've never seen him play like that. When you play every day, like, it ain't gonna take too long now, like, when I got really start to going, I'm starting to see things. I'm starting to working out with that guy showed me up in Wisconsin. With my wrist, my hand, it keeps my head down, but that's my goal. So what I've been doing is having somebody hold the book over top of my head.
Yeah.
If I lift up, I touch the book. I'm saying, you don't touch the book, you're really still shooting the hole, watching your shot go into the hole. That's the most important thing. I hope that you don't adjust the speed on that tape. And I can still feel, you know.
Are you telling me he's playing at the Silver Rail?
Yeah, they're coming up here.
All right, this is me just testing here. We've got Jeremy Seaman and Shane Wolford coming up.
Big Rich.
For the
him on that
nine
valley, that might be pretty
9-ball event. This will be race to 10, I believe, but we'll see once they get the scores up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, they're not going to travel for that. That guy lives in Chillicothe. James Light.
They think they can win. They're meeting them down here. They're all coming up. The Wolford said they didn't get number if you want any on what's his face. Yeah, all the money you put up there, I'm saving up. I got one thing to get rid of. I'm putting a constant system. You know, I know where I stand. I'm going to broadcast. I'll be close.
Yeah. I got to get off here, Booker. I got a match to do. All right, thanks.
And they're still going through and just hitting a couple of balls, so once they get started, I'll attempt a little commentary. All right, here we go with the lag again. We've got Shane Wolford and Jeremy Seaman, contrary to what Digital Pool is showing us. So I might be getting a little pen and paper out here and trying to keep score myself. Until they get it corrected. What I don't know is if this is an A-side or B-side match.
The wrong table's coming up for some reason. It's table 13.
And Mike might be working a little bit in the background to get the right link set up there for it. But we've got Jeremy winning the lag with the first break.
Well, what's up, guys? It's TvMike. I got Steve Bowers gonna do this one while I work on the Hennessy and Tyler Steyer grueling grudge match. This is table 13, but it says Mark Bisterbosch and Joe Selikia are playing. That makes no sense, so I got to figure out which template that's assigned to. But Jeremy Seaman and Shane Wolford are playing right here, and this is the
There
first
you go.
break.
Now it's up there right. We got Jeremy with the first break. He loses the cue ball in the bottom left, so Shane to the table with ball in hand.
There, it's updated.
So, not a bad looking table at all to get started with. Shane just wants to work his way to the 3-ball. Really, this first shot here is probably the biggest test, but comes in and just plays that tight window. Come up and over for the 4, and as long as he holds the cue ball here, he's got a nice looking table to get out on. No, it's early in the afternoon. Here, this is the first round of matches for the day. They played until about between 11 and 12 last night. The last match that I covered was Billy Thorpe and Rob Saez. Rob got Billy 10-8. So here you got Shane getting the extension out. Kind of preference whether or not he wants to try to hold the ball or he moves it around a little bit. Works around 3 rails and comes back for the 5. And just back and forth for 2 rail shape for the 6 from here. Shane opts to play short side, hits that ball real good to get there. Just up and down for the 7. Once Mike asked me about doing this match, it was definitely one pardon me, definitely one that I was interested in. And was kind of thinking who I liked in the match. I mean, I had a fair amount of I've watched both of them play a fair amount. Was thinking to myself that it was probably a pretty even match and maybe give Shane just a little bit of an edge just because he puts in so much more time at the table than Jeremy does. I mean, Jeremy gets out to a lot of events and great player, but he's in that full-time job mode where I believe Shane is attempting to be a full-time pool player. So, maybe a little bit of an edge that way, but you look at their Fargo, both locked in right at 769. If you're a believer in Fargo at all, tells you this is real even and even plus or minus a few points. You don't really see a lot of separation with that. Shane comes up on the 8, left himself a little bit of a tester. And just puts a real nice ball down. Back and forth up for the 9. Comes up a little bit short, but nothing that he's uncomfortable with. I'm sure he wouldn't mind being up a foot or so taller, or foot or so more on the table, but definitely the favorite to make it there, which he does. So we got 1-0 Shane, and Shane's break from here. I believe they're playing alternate break. So they're playing, this is a move to a WNT event a few years ago. This might be the second or third year that the Expo 9-ball tournament attached itself to the WNT, so they're playing 9 on the spot, template rack your own. And if I remember correctly, most of the events are actually winner breaks, or maybe that's more towards you get towards the finals and when I see it more broadcast. But at this point, I know they're playing alternate breaks, so Shane gets up there. It's the 1 down on the break. Got to look at the 2, a little bit of a tester here for him. Come with high, touch a right, and try to come back towards the middle of the table. And that's the struggle with a ball that's that straight. I mean, he had a little bit of an angle, but definitely not the angle that you want. And it's real natural to just try to create a little bit more. That's what he did there. Come up a little thin, just missed it to the left, and left Jeremy what should be a real nice little lock safe here. Just kick the 2 out towards the end rail and leave him frozen to the 6. Yeah, I think if you're Jeremy, you would have liked to have left him a little tighter on that. He definitely left Shane the path to kick to it the same way Jeremy played it. But from here, you just hope to get a little bit of a shot yourself. Oh, Shane was definitely trying to create his own safe from there, and didn't get a rail ball in hand back to Jeremy. So I'm sure if you would have asked Jeremy if he was happy with the safety he played, he would have said no, but it definitely worked out for him. So Jeremy with a nice look at this table. You got the 4-5 down on the bottom rail. The 4 a little tight to the rail, so still a playable combo, but you don't want to lose the 4-ball afterwards. I don't think Jeremy's going to try to get back over short side. I think he'll be playing the combo, so just getting a good look at where he wants to have the cue ball so he can play the 4 after the 5. And for me, I want to come up and hit the end rail and come back up a little bit. That way the cue ball can come up table along with the 4. And make sure you're not sitting below it when you play that. Tough miss there. And, when you play that shot, you're just trying to hit it as tight as you can because, again, you don't want that 4 to get away from you. So just a slight miss from Jeremy there, leaving Shane back to the table with a real good look at an out. Get the bridge out for this ball. Just roll down to the end rail, leave the 4 sitting in the pocket. And from here, you're just back and forth 2 rails to play the 6 and the same as the 5. Here's your tester for the rack. Back and forth, not too bad at all. Makes 6 nice and clean there. Be able to play the 7 straight back and 8 down in that bottom right again, 9 in the top right. I think he's got a little bit of an angle into the 7, but I think he'll be able to draw through it. Or come up 2 rails and lay himself out perfect. He's just sitting there, and I mean, I've got the same view that all of you do. Pretty easy to go either way. You're definitely going to play what's more comfortable. And Shane hit that ball real nice to come out back for the 8. And straight in on the 9 for 2-0. So we're 2-0 going to 10 with Jeremy breaking. Again, they're 9 on the spot with the template. So you're going to see the cut break, try to play the 1 in the side pocket. And we got Jeremy at the table breaking now, down 2-0, race to 10. Plays the 1 up in the side. Visibility to the 2, but definitely not the opening shot you want on it. He's got a couple options here. I mean, if he's feeling aggressive, he can play that 2 in the top right, bring the cue ball back down table to get to the 3. I think the issue you've got there is you're hitting the 2 so thin. One, it's a difficult shot, but you're hitting the 2 so thin. I think you clip the 6 on the way out. If you don't, you know, I don't see why you don't go for it, because it comes with a built-in safety with it as well. But if you're gonna catch that 6, I think you got to look at other paths. There's the You can catch the right side of the 2 and just play the 2 end rail to end rail. You can hit the 2 on the left side a little thicker and use the 6 for the safety. Or come around 2 rails just like that. He didn't do bad there at all. I mean, Shane's got to get the jump cue out. He's definitely going to be making contact here, but you know, he's got the 6 blocking the pocket, so you've got Shane that'll be jumping to a safety. Shane with a good full hit, holds the cue ball, takes the 2 ball the other end rail. Real nice shot from there. We'll leave Jeremy kicking at the 2. I think you see a little kick and stick here where Jeremy takes the 2 to the side rail and tries to go up table with it. Oh, what a real nice shot there. Yeah, I don't think you could be happier with that, so hit that ball real well. Oh, looked like Shane got a nice full hit on it. Didn't sell out by any means. I think Jeremy's got to catch the left, well, our right side of this, his left. I don't think he can see enough of it to leave the cue ball down there. I think he's got to move the cue ball around the table. Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, you know, it's amazing how well the pros can paint the balls and just thin them and come around. I mean, you know, Jeremy's definitely a favorite to do what he was trying to do there, but it just shows how challenging it is. You know, he's trying to hit that 2 as thin as he can so it doesn't escape too far, and then bring the cue ball around. You know, unfortunately just missed it, leaving Shane with ball in hand on the 2, and a real nice looking rack to get out on to take a 3-0 lead. So Shane starts the 2, just come up table a little bit from the 3 to the 4 and stun the 4 over to get for the 6. Nice angle to come back and play the 7. And everybody's got their different philosophy as well. I was kind of curious how he was going to play that. You have some people that just do everything they can to stay away from side pockets, and I'm watching that layout there, and I mean I'm playing to the side pocket for sure. But I know some people would have moved it around to shoot in the top right. I like what he did there. I think it's the path of least resistance. Um, you're not traveling the cue ball. You're taking and rattling the ball up in the corner out, and you're just leaving good natural shape to run the rest of the way out. So I like what he did there. Not that he or anybody else needs my approval, but just a good clean out from Shane to go up 3-0. Three nothing Shane, and Shane coming up to break. All right, Shane with a real nice break there. Takes the 2 cross side, but worked out really well for him on the 2 ball. I think he plays the 2 in the side pocket here and rolls down table for the 3. And just got to watch that you don't come in behind that 6 ball, depending on how you stroke it. But I think he's going to come with a little high right. He might roll all the way down to the end rail. Yeah, that 6 ball was definitely a target ball. I mean, start thinking about that a little bit, and you're playing your cue ball to go right at it just like you did. And unfortunately, just off target a little bit with the 2, but leaves Jeremy a good look at the table and a nice chance to get on the board here. So Jeremy comes out and back around 2 rails, move towards the middle of the table. I think he's going to be outstretched over that 9 just a little bit, but not to the point where I think it's going to be a problem at all. Probably just drag the cue ball down a little closer to the corner pocket to pop back out for the 5. A little fortunate rub there. Left it where it was still manageable, I think. I think if you spin that ball a little more towards the corner pocket, it's going to be a little more favorable to come out for the 5, but he did fine here. Play the 2 back 2, or I'm sorry, play the 6 back 2 rails for the 7. hit that real well. I'm going to come off the rail just a little bit. You know, we all know this. You never want to be sitting on that rail too much, but he's got a little bit of an angle and he can come right through it. Pop back out. This is the shot that you want to be as comfortable as possible, and that's right where he is. I mean, playing out of the pocket, probably one of the most difficult shots on the table, but everything's real favorable for him here. Just me, I'd hit the end rail first and play it that way and let the cue ball slide up table a little bit. You know, just like that. Rolled out well for the 8. And now he's got a chance to get on the board for 3-1. All right, we got Jeremy taking advantage of a mistake from Shane. Gets on the board 3-1 with Jeremy to break.
Speaking of the TV table, if you want to watch the table, Scott Frost over there commentating. I know it's got a lot of
All right, we got Jeremy to break down 3-1. One comes a little high on him and catches the point. And Shane with a nice opening shot. And try to overdo it and pop back out for the 2. I like that he took short side here. Looks like he's coming out and around. All right, Shane pops back out in the middle of the table for the 4 ball. I think he would have liked to have caught a little bit more of an angle there. Shane just checking everything. They are playing all ball fouls in this tournament. Yeah, just didn't have that angle to go to the rail, so tried to bring it back. Being outstretched over the table, and you concentrate on the make, and the stroke's difficult from there, so not as far up table as he wanted to be. I'm sorry, I got into my phone a little bit there, but I know Shane missed the 5, leaving Jeremy out in the middle of the table. He went for his extension. He stretched out a little bit on a difficult shot. Like from here out, all offense, but you just want to make sure, you know, not only the make, but you want to get the cue ball through everything clean. And unfortunately, you know, trying to make sure you miss that 6, he caught the 5 a little fat. Just not quite enough to go in. If he'd have hit the 5 clean, he'd have come into the 6, and I think a little difficult to predict where that was going to end up. So he left Shane deep in the pocket, and Shane put a really nice hit on that ball to come back out. Come over to the other side of the 6, but he's got enough angle he can definitely work it back and forth. That was a great shot from Shane. Wrap around and then just up and down for the 9. He might take the angle and come around 2 rails. Yeah. That's one thing I forget a lot when you're going to watch the pros. They're going to utilize that angle. They're not going to come up through a ball with inside a lot. They end up playing on tables. You know, especially by the time you get to the TV table, that table's so slick it just won't hold that inside. And then, you know, why force the position when you can just stun the ball over and come around a couple rails for it? So exactly what he did there. Here we've got Shane capitalizing on a mistake from Jeremy and up 4-1 in a race to 10. And we got Jeremy with the ball down on the break. Not a lot to work with on the 2. Decides to take on the straight back though. Yeah, that had nice 2-way possibilities there. I mean, if he makes it, obviously he's real good on the 3, and he can work from there. But with the miss, I mean, you hope to have the 5-8 play big, but you've also got the 6-7 a little bit funny, so you don't have to feel like a complete sellout with it. But Jeremy puts a good hit on the 2, comes back for the 3. You know, we were watching Billy and Rob last night, and I mean, you know, they ended up 10-8, and Rob had had a pretty good lead, and Mike and I did commentary on that. The entire set, not one break and run. So we talk about the different formats that have been in place over the years and whatnot, and that's why it surprises me that they do alternate break at this, because I just don't think that the break format that they have for the vast majority of players is going to lead to anyone running big packages with any regularity. I mean, you still hear about the top players running, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks, and it's definitely possible, but you just don't see it with the regularity that you did with players, um, in the '90s, early 2000s, playing on much bigger pocket tables and just easier break format and everything else. So, um, I think where so many pro sports have embraced rules for offense, I think pool's kind of gone the opposite direction, and they've went and made it a little bit harder. Um, Stating that it's a little more enjoyable to watch some of the safety games, to not watch, rack after rack after rack be ran out. Um, I'm kind of in the middle of that. I like to watch good pool. I like to watch a pro get up there and put 5 or 6 together. It's not your favorite thing to do while you're sitting in the chair, but as far as from a viewer standpoint, I like to see the offense. So I think it did get to the point where it was a little too easy. I think the 9 on the spot is a good equalizer, but I'd like to see winner break format a little more. But Jeremy capitalized here, worked his way through the rack on the 9 to get another game here in this set. And we got 4-2. I think Jeremy switched sides that he was breaking from, was able to get the 1 ball down, but unfortunately not a good look at the 2. Oh yeah, Jeremy probably look a thin and 2 and come back around table a little bit. Tell his reaction, hoping to get by that 7. Left Shane the edge here. Seen JJ talk about that a couple times, seeing some of the matches he's done commentary over where, you do have the edge of the ball like that, but um, to utilize that kick and stick instead, just a lot easier to control. Shane got a little unfortunate with where the 2-ball ended up, but he still didn't sell out by any means. And Jeremy gets up there, and I think one, I think offense is where you had to go, but two, you try to shoot yourself back into stroke a little bit. I mean, you're watching the set, we know he's struggling a little bit, so you get a good make on a shot like that, and that can turn things around real quick. But unfortunately for Jeremy, he just left Shane with a pretty routine safety, and he executed well. Oh, wow. Just missed it there. That 3-5 being tied up a little bit, you definitely took some comfort in that. You get a hit, even if you sell out, he's got to do some work with it. But unfortunately now with ball in hand, unfortunately if you're Jeremy, ball in hand, and Shane can play short side to it. If you're Shane, you're thrilled. I think Shane could have rolled another inch or two. I think he's a little off angle there, but just took his medicine on it, made sure he created the separation with the 5, and played a long shot on the 4. No, I like how he did that too. I mean, it'd be easy to let just a little bit of frustration in there, ball in hand shape. I don't think that would be the way that he was playing it. So you come to the wrong side of the ball a little bit, and instead he just glanced it right off and took his medicine on that shot, speared it, and right back in line to run the rest of the rack out. And Shane's one of those guys, he's just real easy to root for. Um, he's out there working hard, definitely wants to be the best player that he can be. Uh, I think the year that he made the Moscone, I think he played some damn good pool. I think he came up with some big shots. Um, I hope that he gets back to it at some point in time. I think he's a deserving talent for sure. And like I said, somebody that's just working real hard to improve their game. All right, and we are 5-2, racing to 10. Shane Wolford, Jeremy Seaman. Shank comes up dry on that break. Leaving Jeremy a clear look at the 1. I'd have to think we're going to see some type of safety that involves the cue ball below the 2 ball, but tell you, whoever head keeps popping up, whoever's playing on that other table, I'd have to think they're pretty tall. We didn't see anyone on the stream last night. I mean, I don't know where all the cameras are placed. I know a lot of times they just work with whatever they have, but you know, this is a nice looking stream. The angle's good. I just think whoever's on that other table is pretty tall. Jeremy goes offense there. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think the 6 ball made it a little big to play safe. You hit the 1 to the rail and it can definitely catch that 6. But I have to think we're going to be seeing the safety now. Jeremy doesn't do anything real cute there at all, just uses the 2 ball wall. And 2 out in the middle of the table, so nothing easy for Shane by any means. Yeah, unfortunate roll there. But definitely a danger where it is. So we got Jeremy with ball in hand on the 2. Nice looking table. You just got to get on the right side of the 8. And that's really kind of your only tricky ball in this rack, but gives Jeremy a chance to get 5-3 and get back in the match. It just might be camera placement because I had just been seeing that one guy over and over again, but there's somebody else. So that camera must be pretty close to the table and just set real wide. Jeremy out and around for the 5, gets good on that, plays a nice shot back to the 6. Pretty standard, but all of it's real important with the 8 ball sitting where it is. I mean, you know, it's by no means impossible, but with the 9 block in the pocket, you just want to make sure you get good on it, whether or not you're going to come below it and try to play in the corner, or if you're going to go to the side rail and play it in the top right corner. Preference and take what the table gives you, but you don't want it to be hard. Now, I think from here, he just kind of puts that drag stroke on it brings the ball back up table and plays the 8 in the top right. Nice shot there. Just out and back for the 9. Jeremy gets one back there, so we're 5-3. All right, Jeremy to break 5-3. Just rattles that one ball again. I know there are slight adjustments you can make, and to be honest, here's where I don't know the cut break well enough. I know it's just real minor adjustments, whether or not the ball's coming in high or low. So we'll look to see what Jeremy does his next time to break. Can you leave that 9 wired? No. Okay. Wow. He definitely must have thought so, because I mean, it seemed like a pretty routine safety there. So Shane must have thought it was wired. You saw they had a little bit of laugh with each other there. So now you've got Jeremy looking at the 1 ball, but you look down in the bottom left, you've got that 3 tied up. Not a lot of fun in this rack at all. Pretty fair number of viewers out there for a Friday afternoon. Chat room nice and quiet. I hope most of you have me on mute. Is Jeremy going to work 2 and 3 rails to get down to that bottom end rail and play safe with the 3 ball would be my guess. Well, he overrolled that just a little bit, unless that happens to go up in between those. I don't think he's got the make. I don't think that goes in between both. I think he's just gonna play the 3 off the 5 and leave the cue ball sticking back there, but he's just slightly on the wrong side of it to make it easy. Okay. Shows you what I know. I thought the 5 was sitting in the way. I did not think he could make that ball up there. Anytime you're going to play safe and leave the object ball up by the 9, it gets a little scary. But Jeremy executed there. I mean, he's got to go after it. He's kick and stick here. Okay. Just full cue jumping. A real nice shot from Shane to go up 6-3. This is where I'd love to have the players mic'd a little bit. They're down there and they had another good laugh about that one. I mean, Jeremy wanted to come away from that 9 a little more, but you still got to execute. That's exactly what he did. So just full cue jumping right there to go up 6-3. Shane lost the cue ball. Tell you, last night Rob was up 6-1 against Billy. Excuse me, everyone. And he was really driver's seat. I mean, 6-1 lead. I mean, anything can still happen, but Rob didn't take care of his cue ball in the break at all. Honestly, Billy lost a couple times as well, but the times Rob lost it, Billy was able to win, and the times Billy lost it, Billy was still able to win. It just goes to show the importance of controlling the cue ball, controlling the break, and how hard it is to get going when it's alternate break. I think that's the other piece of it I was talking about earlier. It's just one more rule that I think staggers offense a little bit. Just my opinion. I don't have to be right, but you get up the table, you put together a nice rack, and then if it happens to not be your break, you have to sit down and hope to get back to the table. It's like Jeremy was looking like he was going to put something together there, and just got a little careless with Whitey, unfortunately, and got to look to create from here. Jeremy goes for a little offense, but gets a nice roll out of it. Shane puts a pretty good hit on the 5, just not quite good enough. So we've got Jeremy back up to the table with a real nice chance to make it 6-4.
All right, guys, here's a new promo of the Let's Get Streaming TV LGS application. Here's all your sections. I'm only going to show you brief tidbits of the sections. You get local channels. You get all your basic and extended channels. You get extra networks. You get Canadian channels. You get UK networks. You get all your premium movie channels. You get kids channels. You get all your wrestling, boxing, UFC pay-per-views. You get all your football, all your baseball, NBA, NHL, ESPN, you name it, racing, all these sections. You get music. You also get a full-featured VOD, which I can't really show you in this, but
All right, we got Jeremy back to break, down 6-4, but pockets the one, and taking a look to see if he's got this 2-ball. Didn't look too excited from his reaction. Yeah, nice job of avoiding that side pocket. It's real easy to catch one of the points and have the object ball leak from you. So pretty effective save there from Jeremy. I think about the time you see either one of these players put anything together, you're going to see who runs away with a win. By no means would say that they're playing bad, but neither one is playing to their potential. Well, Jeremy was able to hold that 2-ball and keep the cue ball out of the drink. So, I mean, Shane's definitely got a clear path to it, but doesn't have a path to a pocket. He didn't catch the right side of it. And he did pretty well. That ball was real hard to hold from rolling much further than that. That's actually a really easy shot to sell out on. Jeremy's got a clear path to it, but nothing in the line of offense. All right, well, if Jeremy can work his way through this rack, we're got ourselves a nice, exciting little match. Ah. Tough miss there. Tough miss, and if you're Shane, you're jumping out of the chair to try to close things out. You run out here, you're 7-4 leader going into your break. Yeah, I think with Jeremy's miss, I mean, just stretched out over the table a little bit and just trying to land the cue ball perfect, and you start playing cue ball a little bit more than object ball, and unfortunately he came away with the miss there, but Shane worked his way through this real well, and being the lefty here makes it a little bit easier even to get to that ball where it is. Comes out nice and smooth for the 8, and straight down and back out for the 9. And we're 7-4, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got Shane to break, up 7-4. Woo. He doesn't have to love it, but it's far better than the alternative. He about got kicked in a couple times. I kind of kept waiting for that cue ball to fall. By no means an easy shot, particularly when you look at where the 3 ball falls, but he can put a good hit to get back to this 3. This is a real challenging shot from there. I mean, you've got to hit it good. Your point of contact, stroke, everything has to line up, and you're trying to get back to that combination. Jeremy found a hanger. We'll see if he's able to get back down table as well. He played out of the pocket nice. Still tricky, at least how I see it. I think that 3 ball's got the natural tendency to go towards the end rail. and you've got the 9 ball getting in the way of the cue ball to follow it. I think he can. He's going to hit this somewhat firm, clear the 9. It doesn't tell me as much if he doesn't make it, but I think what he was attempting to do is put a firm hit on it and bump the 9.
The first mistake you made, I can't touch the cue ball.
It's a good ball from Shane. I thought he might play that with a little bit inside to come a little straighter on the 5. Obviously wanted to work with the angle and come around back and forth, which, see how well it worked, tells me he was right and I was wrong. But again, you go with what's comfortable there, and he definitely played that really well. Out and around 2 rails for the 7. And hit that back real clean for the 8. 8 and then side, 9 in the bottom right. And we've got Shane up 8-4. Not the opening shot you want. It's tough because 8-4. I mean, I think I lean towards offense a little bit more, but that comes with such a high degree of difficulty to get the make. It takes a lot of discipline to shoot that safety from there, and he executed really well. But you're down 8-4, and you want to make something happen. Shane doesn't do bad with it. But, I think you're going to see this cue ball roll down behind the 9. Yeah, nice shot there. Would have liked another revolution or two. He might have left Shane the kick. Oh, left him the edge. I didn't think he could see that much of it. Thought he left him a pretty easy kick, but I didn't think the edge was there. That's why I play 8-ball. Nice hit from Shane. Definitely left Jeremy a look. See if Jeremy's able to bear down and put a good hit on this ball, come back for the 3. Pro side. Hit it a little too pure. See if Shane's able to avoid that 6 ball. Looks like he's going to come around 3 rails to... Oh, he's just going to play 1. Nothing wrong with that. Real difficult to hold that cue ball. And I was thinking spin it towards the end rail and then you bring the side pocket into play. So he did a nice job of avoiding that. Get to the 3 and just play safe from there. Sorry, everybody, dealing with a couple of work things in the background here. Jeremy hit that 3-ball real nice to come out and around. Let's see how he feels on the combo. Nice shot. Yeah, that's kind of where we've been the whole set. Shane gets up a little bit, and Jeremy pulls back to within 2. Or am I off on the score? They not marked yet, or did I miss? Yeah, I think Shane must have marked it early. So Jeremy within 3-8-5. Sorry about that. Same thing, Jeremy. Jeremy to the table, but off a dry break from Shane, where Shane just got that 1 ball going a little bit high to the side pocket. All right, we got Shane back there with a nice safe on Jeremy. I think he left a little bit of a window to come in between that 8-9 for the kick. Maybe not, though. Yeah, Jeremy's going to go over that 9 a little bit. Nice hit there. Yeah, just lined him up a little too easy on that bank, but Shane still had to execute. He definitely did. I'm gonna tell you, enjoyed watching a few matches of Shane playing one pocket. He plays that game pretty well. Had a couple of good runs in tournaments, and I think his skill set in that game does nothing but improve. Yeah, I think from here he's just looking to play that 7 in the side. Catch that angle to come down just a little bit for the 8. Roll down table a little further than he would have wanted to, but, you know, nothing that was problematic, and just came back and around for the 9. And just flirt with the side pocket to make it exciting for everybody. 9-5 Shane, Jeremy to break.
Hey. All right, looks like Shane Wolford got the win. Hennessy and Tyler Steyer still playing. It's 5-2 Tyler Steyer. They started at the same time. Thanks to Steve Bowers for doing commentary on that game. I listened to some of it. Everything sounded great. Let me see what the next round is. I don't know if Steve wants to stick around for another game or what his plans are. Let's see here. 3:45 is the next round. It's B-side matches. Notable names will be Mike DeShane, Nicholas DeLeon.
Yeah, Mike, I'm here. I don't know if I'd been on mute for the last couple minutes. I hope not, but definitely a good match between these guys. Neither of them really ran away from, out after out. Just unfortunately, both struggled a little bit, and just Shane got an early lead and was just able to maintain it throughout most of it. But thanks for having me on here. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. And Mike, I do have to get going. I gotta work and then do a little playing tonight. But thanks for having me.
Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's see, Matt Craw plays. David O'Cady plays. These are 3:45 matches. Gregorio Sanchez plays. Nathan Childress and Rodney Morris. I'll probably do that game as my primary. Greg Notkeith's actually playing as well. Maybe Mike Cease will do that. Playing Don Fox. 3:45. Well, I'll get a couple things up here. TJ Morris playing. That's the guy that played Buffalo from Pennsylvania that was out like doing truck work or something. We played him at the Loose Racks. He's playing Liam Monk from Great Britain. B-side matches. I think the Matt Cross Sean Dobson match will be a favorite for guys in Delaware. They're both from that area. I'll probably do that. I have a lot of streaming customers out in Delaware. As strange as that sounds, but we'll get some stuff up here for you guys. Appreciate everyone watching. Please like the videos and always subscribe to the channel. Or always like the videos and subscribe to the channel. You'll get more notifications. Come back whenever you want. This channel's always going to have stuff going from the Super Billiards Expo. And if you do want to buy the all-table streaming package, which I encourage you to do, go to iknowtvmike.live in your web browser, and it will jump to the options to buy the stream through Digital Pool. And you'll get a discount, and I'll get the credit for promoting the full package. I'm going to run a couple promos, and then settle on what match this computer is going to do in a few minutes. Thanks. To get the service that the box is run on. You can run this on a mobile, you can run this on an iPad, a tablet, a computer, your Fire Stick, an Android box, whatever you want. Hit me up, it's TvMike. Let's get streaming. Check. Introducing the Monster Crush, the new break cue from Jacoby Custom Cues. Listen, guys, this event here, the Super Billiards Expo, I want to do this drawing. I'm doing a drawing. It's choice of Monster Crush. I've got about 20 pieces in stock. I don't have too many of the Sport Grip ones, but you can choose whatever color, whatever one you want. I actually have more colors than this as well. I'm just recutting this video. You can buy spots on a 60-spot tip board, PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo. And I'm also going to announce a special for this event only, for this weekend. You either message me or you see me somewhere, like within the next week, I will give you a Monster Crush for $25 off. So hit me up, support the broadcast. Thanks. And gold webbing. So you got this whole design thing here on the butt, textured wrap, another ring, and then you have more bloody jasper in the points. And there's two different kind of woods in the points, and then you have all the way at the top arrow points with bloody jasper in it. So yeah, you can get a good deal on this one too, 1,500 bucks. Real quick, guys, this has got impregnated burl, bird's eye maple, and a gold matrix. It's 18.9 ounces with an Ultra Pro. It's 1,700. It was totally just redone. Anytime I pick a cue up from someone else by whatever means, I always have it refinished. That's just what I do. I mean, you got this really cool coloring in here. If you like a burl hybrid, this is a nice example before they went sky high in price. That's the gold webbing in the red matrix. This is from 23. It's Brandon Jacoby. Obviously this is the bird's eye, which is why it's got all those little speckles. So yeah, if you like this, hit me up. These are all one-on-ones. I mean, if I sell it, it's gone. I mean, there's no way can I say, can you get me one just like that? Nope, never gonna happen. See that shimmering? It's pretty cool. Alright, let's get it. Alright guys, I picked up a few Mag 1s. This is a nice little example of for the Mag 1 colors. So they just have Jacoby written on them. Real simple. This is our most introductory line of a cue. They're available in even more colors than this, but these are the ones I personally have. So they're 340 or 360 depending on the color. But hit me up if you're interested in getting one for your buddies or yourself as an introductory cue. Thanks. Alright guys, here's another one that's right up my wheelhouse. I seen this one at the shop a couple months ago and I was like, I need to get this one. It's a really interesting blue. Look at that. It's like blue. It's called a snake skin. See, it's impregnated burl snake skin. It's got a black shaft with it, 12.3 version 4.0. It's 2,200. I mean, it's really nice. It's got points, snake skin. This was not a customized commission blank. But and it's also got these, that's not turquoise, but they're blue. I mean, it's kind of turquoise, but it's not turquoise. The stone that we use in cues. But you got some interesting wood patterns. You gotta look real close, but you can see rings in the wood. That's probably cocoa. but it's real nice. I know somebody's gonna want it real quick. And obviously these are all 1 of 1s, and when they're gone, they're gone. See, 3 of 24 just came out. Just came out. Hit me up, guys. And if you like this one, but you don't like it enough to buy it, message me. I'll show you a lot more cues that you probably will like. I'm taking these pictures in my kitchen under on my stove oven because it has good light. I mean, this is all black through here, but this is just crazy. I mean, it's beautiful. I do not know. I remember seeing the blank. I do not know the process of that. I kind of have an idea, but even at that, it's like, I don't know how somebody would have the patience to do that. Yep. Alright, here we go with the other one. I'm just rotating this for you. I mean, just like any of our cues, they look better in person in light. I mean, you can see little sparkles and stuff in here. Actually, I mean, that's just, it's like a painting. I love it. You'll never see anything like that. I mean, maybe he'll make some more blanks that are like kind of this style, but he's like, I want to try something new. I was like, okay. I think this is the right one. This is impregnated burl. We got work on the butt cap. I mean, that's a really nice wood. This one's a bit more than those other ones. There's more work in it. It's orange hybrid. I mean, all the woods are highly figured. And you got wood in the inlays and the points. So this says impregnated burl cocobolo. I could actually ask the guy exactly what wood this is, but that's that one. Alright, everyone, we're outside in the natural sunlight, taking a look at this cue that somebody wants to get some better pictures of. Obviously, I don't need to say anything. This thing is pretty incredibly unique. $2,700 out the door. And this will not last long, I promise you that. Alright, here's another one. This would be like the sister to that cue, pretty much. I mean, this is incredible. Hybrid blank. Either one of this or the purple one would look great with a black shaft. This is pink, red, white, sparkles, bloody jasper, and the red rings and the diamonds. So yeah, just like the other cue, this one's $2,700 out the door. Hit me up if you want it. Obviously, when somebody gets it, it's gone. It's that simple. Impregnated Buckeye Burl, Bacote, and olive wood. So this is kind of in the similar family as the other one. The blanks were made at the same time, I know, because I was there. That's olive wood. This is Bacote. Nice balance of color and wood. More so wood than anything, but really nice figure there. Let's get it. All right, here we go. This is a teal dyed maple burl with obviously a epoxy resin hybrid combination. I mean, you're not going to see anything like this. It's got a nice wrap on it up into a full segment. With little dashes of color. Here is the other unique piece that was in this style. I think this was the first one that the builder experimented on with this process. So we have a full section on the butt, a couple colored rings here, a textured wrap, and then we have the whole forearm casted in the resin. And this is the only one of this style I got that's of this resin. People will talk about this cue, I'll tell you that. I don't know what it is, but I've had so many people ask me about this cue, but nobody's pulled the trigger yet. Somebody pulled the trigger, and nobody else is going to be able to ask about it. So that's how that works. It's a one of one, get it, and then it's gone. This is another one from last year. This was kind of a misfit actually, because it was like laying around in the shop and they didn't finish it for a while, and then eventually I just ended up getting it with another order. And I was like, oh, okay. So obviously it's a stabilized casted burl hybrid. It's got a segment in it. Ebony. It's got these pink rings with blue rings. It's from 23. So yeah, it's a great piece of burl. I mean, it's really, really unique. There you go. This is a more traditional looking cue, even though it's not exactly traditional because it's got inverted designs throughout, and the wood is inverted, but it's not a casted or resin style blank. 3 or 4 different kind of woods are in this. I don't have any clue why it's still around, to be honest with you. 1,700 bucks. It's got roasted maple, which is keel wood, zirconia, and Hollywood. I've had a lot of people look at this cue, but nobody just grabbed it. Somebody almost grabbed it in a raffle, but they didn't. So I still have it. Hit me up if you want to pick it up. Here's another one that's using actual keel wood. in a really dark cocobolo. So obviously this is cocobolo, and this is keelwood, as it's called roasted maple. Keelwood is actually just heat treated maple. It's what they make keelwood shafts out of. There's another cue that was designed pretty much from this same template using different woods. Keelwood, and Booker's got that one, but this one is 1300. You're a bit out of a budget, you can get something really nice for a more affordable price. Alright, here's another nice piece that's been around for a little while. It's 1500 Zirconi Bacardi Bloody Jasper, which is this red stone, and gold webbing. So you got this whole design thing here on the butt, textured wrap, another ring, and then you have more bloody jasper in the points, and there's two different kind of woods in the points, and then you have all the way at the top arrow points with bloody jasper in it. So yeah, you can get a good deal on this one too, 1500 bucks. Real quick guys, this has got impregnated burl bird's eye maple and a gold matrix. It's 18.9 ounces with an Ultra Pro. It's 1700. It was totally just redone. Anytime I pick a cue up from someone else by whatever means, I always have it refinished. That's just what I do. I mean, you got this really cool coloring in here. If you like a burl hybrid, this is a nice example before they went sky high in price. That's the gold webbing in the red matrix. This is from 23. It's Brandon Jacoby. Obviously this is the bird's eye, which is why it's got all those little speckles. So yeah, if you like this, hit me up. These are all one-on-ones. I mean, if I sell it, it's gone. I mean, there's no way can I say, can you get me one just like that? Nope, never gonna happen. See that shimmering? It's pretty cool. Alright, let's get it. Alright guys, I picked up a few Mag 1s. This is a nice little example of 4 of the Mag 1 colors. So they just have Jacoby written on them. Real simple. This is our most introductory line of a cue. They're available in even more colors than this, but these are the ones I personally have. So they're 340 or 360 depending on the color. But hit me up if you're interested in getting one for your buddies or yourself as an introductory cue. Thanks. Alright guys, here's another one that's right up my wheelhouse. I seen this one at the shop a couple months ago and I was like, I need to get this one. It's a really interesting blue. Look at that. It's like blue. It's called a snakeskin. See, it's impregnated burl snakeskin. It's got a black shaft with it, 12.3 version 4.0. It's 2200. I mean, it's really nice. It's got points, snakeskin. This was not a customized commission blank, but and it's also got these. That's not turquoise, but they're blue. I mean, it's kind of turquoise, but it's not turquoise. The stone that we use in cues, but you got some interesting wood patterns. You gotta look real close, but you can see rings in the wood. That's probably cocoa. but it's real nice. I know somebody's gonna want it real quick. And obviously these are all one of ones, and when they're gone, they're gone. See, 3 of 24 just came out. Just came out. Hit me up, guys. And if you like this one, but you don't like it enough to buy it, message me. I'll show you a lot more cues that you probably will like. I'm taking these pictures in my kitchen under my on my stove oven because it has good light. I mean, this is all black through here, but this is just crazy. I mean, it's beautiful. I do not know. I remember seeing the blank. I do not know the process of that. I kind of have an idea, but even at that, it's like, I don't know how somebody would have the patience to do that. Yep. Alright, here we go with the other one. Alright guys, here's a new promo of the Let's Get Streaming TV LGS application. Here's all your sections. I'm only going to show you brief tidbits of the sections. You get local channels, you get all your basic and extended channels, you get extra networks, you get Canadian channels, you get UK networks, you get all your premium movie channels, you get kids channels, you get all your wrestling, boxing, UFC pay-per-views, you get all your football, all your baseball, NBA, NHL, ESPN, you name it, racing, all these sections. You get music. You also get a full-featured VOD, which I can't really show you in this, but why get a box when you can actually get the service that the box is run on? You can run this on a mobile, you can run this on an iPad, a tablet, a computer, your Fire Stick, an Android box, whatever you want. Hit me up. It's TvMike. Let's get streaming.